What up, what up, what up, what up? How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, good morning. Y'all got me up early on a Saturday morning. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Pimpin' Ain't Easy. Good morning, Healthy Trails, Kenny Man, Gadget Gotness. What's going on, everybody? What's up, LeBaron? I see y'all. What's popping? More mob in the building. You already know how it goes down. Well, for those that don't know or aren't familiar with me, my name is Tahir Moore. I'm a content creator, actor, stand-up comedian. And today I'm going to be talking about the difference between a live audience and an online audience and transitioning successfully from one to the other. I'm a stand-up comedian by trade. Started doing comedy back when I was in St. Louis, moved out in LA in 2009, and just kind of really hit the ground running. Met a lot of comics, made a lot of connections. And to be honest with you guys, there's nothing that can compare to a live audience, especially when doing stand-up comedy. You know, the pandemic really challenged people to be creative, and a lot of people did stand-up comedy shows online. I even did them at the Laugh Factory and a couple other places. However, you know, there's nothing like being in a room full of people, feeling the energy that they're giving off as you're telling jokes, you being able to control the crowd, control your tone, get the crowd quiet while they're listening to your joke. There's nothing like that. Because even with the best connection on a Zoom, you can still have some type of lagging. So there's nothing that really compares to being in front of a live audience. The closest thing we experience, I think, were things through like StreamYard and Zoom, but not so much on the comedy side. But like one of the shows I created was a show called Zooming with the Homies, and it was more like a talk show side. So even though there was a small delay, a small lag, because we were in the middle of a conversation, it wasn't as obvious as it would be if you were telling jokes. One of the greatest things I learned about doing a lot more online content was getting the audience involved. So, you know, when you start early, if you're supposed to start at like 8:15, going on at 8:10 or 8:12, just saying what's up to the people, you know what I'm saying? Making them feel like they're involved and they're important. You appreciate them taking time out of whatever they were doing to watch what you got going on really makes a difference. When you include people in things and they feel invested in it, they tend to be more supportive. And that's kind of what I've been doing the entire time I've been building my following when it comes to my Patreon, when it comes to my Instagram, my Facebook, YouTube, whatever, you know, whether it's asking them who they want to see next or what the next topic should be. Do they have any questions for the guests when we're doing Zooming with the Homies? All that type of stuff made a difference because they felt like they were included in it, and people want to be included. Who doesn't want to be included in something, especially something fun? Like Zooming with the Homies felt like me and 4 or 5 of my friends were just on stage, and then people were just kind of around listening to the crazy stories we were telling. And excuse me, that's exactly what I wanted it to be. I didn't want it to feel like, you know, the Late Show with Jay Leno or David Letterman or something like that. I really wanted it to feel like, you know, we were just around there kicking it. That's why I've always loved Mike Epps. Mike Epps is one of my favorite comedians because he has the ability to not make it feel like a comedy show, like really just feel like you're up there just talking. And that's what I really wanted Zooming with the Homies to be. It has to come off natural, you know, like if you are trying to force it or it doesn't feel organic, people will tell, you know. And one of the things I tried to do is not censor people on Zooming with the Homies. I mean, there were some times when it did get crazy. We had a couple guests on there doing certain things that probably weren't always legal, but we just kind of moved forward, and I had a conversation with them afterwards. But I definitely wanted people to feel comfortable in that setting and make themselves feel like they were involved and they were invested in it as well. Because, like I said, that makes a difference not only for the audience but also for the guests. That encourages people to come back and still want to watch for the next day. I mean, we were doing initially Zooming with the homies 5 days a week. And the numbers, I think, built from that organic following, but also the consistency. No matter what you're doing, something live or something virtual, consistency will always outweigh talent. That's something that I tell comics all the time when they're starting in the game or they're trying to build their Instagram following, or trying to just get the numbers up on whatever social media platform it is. Consistency will always outweigh talent, and that just goes to show if you say you're going to do something, even when it comes to like posting on Instagram, you want to get your numbers up. All right, I'm going to dedicate myself to posting twice a week, and if you do that successfully for like 3 weeks, then bump it up to 3 times a week or 4 times a week. Eventually, you'll get to a point where you're posting every day. And that's where I started, because I wanted to get my numbers up. And I asked Kev, how do I get my numbers up? What do you suggest? And that's exactly the advice he gave me, that consistency. And when you're also growing your numbers, another thing that you could do to kind of boost your online audience is give them call to actions. Now, if you post a funny video, don't just post a funny video. Post a video, but like, yo, tag somebody that does this, or tag somebody that this reminds you of. Tag somebody that will enjoy this. Something, it doesn't have to be super prolonged or prolific. You don't have to have a dumb long caption. You give people bite-sized pieces of information and bite-sized pieces of media, and they'll run with it. So you don't have to really overthink it. You just give them enough to where they want to come back. Because once you start with the consistency, people will start coming to your page every day looking for it. And that's how you build your following. Like, you want people to come to your page to be entertained or to educate them, whatever it may be, whatever you're doing. Because it might not be entertainment. You might be like trying to help people get their credit scores together. Whatever you're doing, selling flat tummy tea, Herbalife, or whatever, it just has to be consistent. It has to be however many days you say you're going to post it, you have to do it those days. So the moment that somebody comes to your page and they don't see something new, or they don't see something that you posted that day, they start to think that, oh, this person fell off. Because in Hollywood and on social media, out of sight, out of mind. And we've all been guilty of that. How many times have you heard about an actor or a singer or something, like, oh shit, I thought they was dead because they haven't done anything in a while. So that is very true when it comes to the retrospect of posting and growing your audience and things of that nature. And when you first starting off, especially like growing like your YouTube or your Instagram, going live is one of the most humbling things that you could do. Because when you're trying to grow it, there's not a lot of people that may come to your live. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people go live a couple times a day sometimes, especially during this pandemic. Just know if you're going to do that, your ego and your confidence may get bruised, because you might be on there talking to 1 or 2 or 3 people. It might not be a lot of people. The glow up isn't always beautiful, and it's definitely not always easy. It's definitely not something that is for the faint of heart, because it may take 6 months. It may take 1 year. It may take a year and a half before people really start to see your brilliance and your greatness. But you can't let that deter you from what you want to do and what your goal is. Just remember why you're doing it, and lean on people that support you. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals. That's one of the things that me, Tony, Kev, Angel do really well. We all want to see each other succeed. We all bring something different to the table. We all would handle situations differently. So when I'm faced with something that I know my response or my reaction would not be helpful, I lean on Angel, because Angel is, really good with being smart and I don't want to say political, but just well thought out when it comes to certain things. And same thing with Kev, and the same thing with Tony. So, surround yourself with like-minded people, and don't surround yourself with people that are all on the same level either. If all y'all got 50,000 subscribers on whatever platform, then you need to get some friends, or, get some advice for somebody that got 100,000. Get some people around you that you aspire to be like, because if everybody's on the same level in your group, then how can y'all teach each other anything? So unless y'all, that's a subgroup, and then your guys are all part of another bigger group that has those people in there. But you need to be around people who are doing better than you, because you should look at that as inspiration and motivation. Don't ever look at it like a competition, because you ain't competing with nobody except for yourself. I talk about that a lot when it comes to acting. I remember when I first got Insecure and somebody called me, it was like, yeah, congrats, my boy. You know what I'm saying? They went with you because I wasn't in town. I couldn't make the whatever. And I was just like, nigga, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who I go against on an audition for whatever. If God said that's for me, it's for me. It don't matter. It could be Denzel. It don't matter who it is. So I never look at people like competition in that sense, because if it's supposed to be for me, it's gonna be for me. Ain't nothing no one can do to change that, alter it, or anything. So I'm not really competing with anybody. All I'm trying to do is be the best that I can be in my lane, leave my mark on the game, be able to support my family, and be able to take a vacation when I want to and not have to look at price tags. That's my goal right there. You go to Vegas and you go in the gift shop and the bottle of small water be $17. You're like, man, $17, got that water? Bro, my plan is just to get to a point where I'm grabbing 4 of them bitches. You feel me? And excuse me for cussing. I didn't know if we could or could not cuss, but it's already out there now, so I just say I apologize. But the last thing I would say when it comes to switching audiences and growing your platform, one of the things that I feel has served me very well was chasing the dream, not the dollar. Like, if whatever you're doing, if you love doing it, it makes you happy, do that. Chase that, because the money will always come. It will always come. Once you start being led by money and motivated by money only, I'm not saying like don't be excited when the money starts coming. Be very excited and keep doing what you're doing, double down. But if you're led by the money and the money only, that's when you start to compromise your integrity. That's when you start to take gigs just for money for some stuff you want to do. Like, I don't really promote albums. People be in my inbox on Instagram like, yo, big bro, can you promote my album? No, I can't, because I'm not going to listen to it. If I happen to come across something organically on SoundCloud or Spotify, something like that, and I'm really digging it, and I see that they are just starting out, I might just give them promo for free. But I don't take my following lightly. I'm not going to promote some stuff that I don't know what I'm telling people to go check out. I'm not promoting some business that I haven't done the research for to make sure that these people aren't scamming people out of their money. They're actually doing what they said they're going to do. I'm not promoting no t-shirts. People hit me all the time. Yo, can I send you some merch? No. First of all, I don't have any more room in my closet. I really have a problem when it comes to shopping. But also on the business aspect, me wearing your t-shirt drives customers to your site, drives your purchases up and your profits up. Now, unless you're going to partner with me and give me a Bitly so I get a percentage of every sale made, then no, I'm not. You got to understand, like, once you get to a certain point, you have to utilize that weapon. No, because a lot of people will ask you to do something, and, because they feel like they've been watching you for so long and you owe it to them. No, I owe it to myself to make a good decision and make an informed decision, because I worked really hard to build this following up. I'm not going to suggest anything to them that I'm not 100% sure is up to par. Also, I'm not going to just give you an audience that I work really hard to build just so you can profit off of them. It's just not going to happen. That's what another thing with that touches on chasing the dollar. I mean, chasing the dream, not the dollar, because once you get rooted in why you're doing what you're doing, like I say, the money will always come, but you can't be led by just the profit side of it, thinking that you're going to make the right decisions, because you're not. So make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. Chase the dream, not the dollar. Work. No is a complete sentence. You feel me? And learn how to say no without explaining yourself too. Say no and mean it, and just leave it at that. Because when you say no, I can't do this day and all of that type of stuff, you leave that door open for somebody to say, okay, well, what about Wednesday or Thursday of next week? Nah, no. I want to thank the people from the Video Creator Expo for inviting me on, man. I appreciate all you guys for pulling up, man. Shout out to Hippie Goals for helping me get through this. posting all the comments and stuff. I think Tangerine is next. Tangerine Martin Thomas. So make sure y'all stick around, check her out. Shout out to LeBaron as well, and all the people, good people over there at Popcorn World. My people who were rated intimate, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I'm finna go get some coffee in me. I did this without coffee, so you know I really rock with y'all, man. Pray y'all have a wonderful weekend. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. You feel me? National holiday out here, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out here. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.